Colombia, Idelmar Montano, who came in as a late replacement for Lang. Mittie once stood 5th in the world rankings. He had to win tonight if he had any hope of restoring his pride and position. We join it in round 2 with Jim Watt and Reg Gutteridge.
Into the second round, scheduled for 10 this welterweights. And one of the most competent campaigners in the game in Sylvester Mittie. And I think he'll be the first to tell you that too, Jim. I'm always saying he's one of the last around today that you boxed a lot with.
Yeah, I sparred with Mittie just when he turned pro. He's always had plenty of class and plenty of confidence. He's had it a bit tough, as I say. His top level fights have always been against real good fighters. But I don't see Montano having much to trouble him with, unless maybe the heads bang together. Sylvester's doing as he likes so far. He's getting his jab working now nicely.
But as you say, he mustn't let his performance down at all, and certainly at the moment he hasn't done that. Hasn't got slack at all. And it's very much one-way traffic. But a good game, little fella in front of him there, I must say. Oops, he just got a little slash with the right-hand punch there to let Sylvester know that it isn't all easy. It's amazing, Jim, when you think of the number of guys on the circuit, good, willing fighters that always come to give you some value. He took a real good shot, the right hand there.
Yeah, Mittie's nailed him a couple of times with the right hand. He's taken them well, and when he takes a punch, he gets his hands up to protect himself from the next one. He's a good survivor, as I say. He hasn't done anything to trouble Mittie yet. A couple of right hand cuffs. But Mittie looks quite happy at the moment.
Look out, he's going to creep up on you somewhere there, Mittie. Adrian Morgan, the referee, doesn't get too many appointments for big fights in the London area, so I'm sure the Boxing Board of Control are having another look at him, as they say. So inside the last half minute of the second, and it really is a sort of careless punch, like a lady throwing a handbag with that right hand. So working in the corner there, Ernie Fossey, and I think Mittie's very aware that he's being watched tonight by the world champion Lloyd Honeyghan back in the Thames ITV studio. There's the gentleman working in the corner there. Fossey's in the red tracksuit. Old Islington lightweight. World Boxing Council number 12 for Mittie. So let's have a look at some replay there, Jim. This is where he was ducking and diving a bit.
Yeah, well, Mittie landed a good right hand. I don't know if this is it. Yep, no, he caught most of that one on his gloves, but Mittie's thrown some good right hands.
Late coming out for work there, Montano. I don't blame him, sneaking every second in the third round. Very confident display indeed by Mittie, of course. Once he's weighed the man up, he does a very workmanlike job. Well, he's doing his best now to be a bit of a Houdini act there, Montano. I can't blame him. Suddenly realising, I think, that Mittie's a little bit better boxer than he'd anticipated. They're used to sort of fighters who come in and are a bit obvious. You know exactly what they're going to do. And as Jim Watt said, he's been a survivor, but he'll do well to survive this one. Timeout. He wants to walk over there and just check the left eye, the cut around it. And he wants to have another look at that one. The doctor doesn't get called on these. It's just the referee who wants to talk to the seconds and say, wipe it, let me see it properly. And no, it's all over in the third round. After a minute in the third round, a nice, competent, and I must say one-sided victory for Sylvester Mittie, who's now really looking to fight it Kirkman Lang. He doesn't mind having his photograph taken, Victor. He loves them. Could you send me 3, he's saying, yeah. So there you see, tending there to the cut that caused the problems, and quite rightly the referee having a good look at it and then stopping it.
Sylvester, you look very sharp in your 2 fights so far this season.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Gary. From the time I lost that bout with Lloyd Hannigan, I've had a rest. I've had a chance to reassess what went wrong, and I know what went wrong.
What went wrong?
Basically, on that particular time, if it was within my range not to box, I would not have boxed. I could not sleep, I did not sleep, my biorhythms was totally kaput. And Lloyd beat me on the day, good luck to him. Tonight, I'm only sorry it was not Kirkman Lang who was in the ring, because I trained for 5 solid weeks, and I was psyched up with Kirkman Lang. And Kirkman fell with flu, and we had a substitute. He was a strong game bloke, but the last right hand I threw, it had a lot of venom. And if that landed on Kirkman Lang's chin, I would be the new British champion now.
Well, Sylvester, well done.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Nice that you won.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Go ahead and fight Kurt Lang. And if you beat Kurt Lang, maybe my manager and your manager can get together and we can get the fight together after my next defense.
That's lovely, Lloyd. I hope you beat your next opponent, because I think the fight in Britain, they'd like to see a fight between 2 good home-bred boys. Although the pair of us, we're a couple of foreigners, nevertheless, we've been residing in England long enough to be adopted Cockneys, right?
Right, that's right, Sylvester.
That's right. So I beat Kirkman Lang, and you and I will do the War in a Babylon Part 2.
Right.
Another result from the Alexandra